The tech giant Microsoft unexpectedly withdrew from its non-voting observer role on OpenAI's board. Apple, which was also expected to join the tech giant in the observer role, rejected the offer from OpenAI. What impact will this have on OpenAI's general operation? These unexpected moves from the two tech giants came while the FTC investigates major tech giants over their investments in AI. The antitrust investigation has severely impacted Microsoft's decision about its role in new AI companies like OpenAI. In June, Microsoft celebrated when the EU Commission concluded its inquiry into its dealings. However, the regulator is still looking closely at how companies in the AI industry interact. It's interested in the complex connections and influence large tech firms have with young and upcoming AI firms. But how did they get to this point? For years, major tech companies flourished with little regulatory interference. Recently, big tech firms in Silicon Valley have come under closer watch from global regulators, including the U.S. Federal Trade Commission. These regulators are investigating important parts of the digital economy. They're examining how companies like Apple and Google dominate online markets and apps. They're also examining how Meta manages privacy and advertising. Additionally, there are concerns over anti-competitive deals like Microsoft's $69 billion purchase of Blizzard, a gaming company. Companies like Microsoft, Nvidia, and Amazon are being questioned about whether their investments could hinder competition and make it harder for smaller AI startups to grow. The surge of interest in generative AI, which began with the launch of OpenAI's chatbot assistant ChatGPT in late 2022, has initiated a competition to create more advanced AI tools, capturing the attention of established technology giants and newer companies. This wave has led to the development of tools like OpenAI's Sora, Google's Gemini, Microsoft's Copilot, Adobe's Firefly, and Anthropic's Claude. Not only that, but it also raises concerns about the potential effects of this technology on employment and how they disseminate misinformation. It became increasingly glaring that major players such as chipmaker Nvidia, Microsoft, and Amazon could impede the growth of smaller competitors. For instance, Microsoft faced investigation in Europe and the US for its deals related to AI, including a $13 billion investment in OpenAI and a $4 billion acquisition of startup Inflection. Google also faced scrutiny for its plans to pre-install its Gemini AI on Samsung devices. Microsoft invested $13 billion in OpenAI before it resigned from the board. Apple was expected to join as an observer on the board to help integrate ChatGPT into its devices. However, they halted the decision. Microsoft's decision to leave likely influenced Apple's choice. Now, Apple is staying out of the board discussions. They've chosen not to make any statements regarding the situation, leaving others to speculate about their plans. At first glance, the investments from these tech giants may seem harmless, similar to how the World Bank lends money to developing countries to support their economies. However, there's more going on beneath the surface. To understand better, let's see how these tech companies restrain the growth of smaller AI startups. Every big company wants to reduce competition to enhance its monopolistic economic power. To prevent this, competition laws, also called antitrust laws, are put in place to check their activities, limit their monopolistic power, and increase their competition. Giant tech companies have flourished for a decade under little anti-competitive practice review. However, these laws now focus on rules and regulations that promote healthy competition within the tech space. Hence, tech giants now find themselves in an artificial general intelligence AGI race. The scarcity of data, computing power, and skilled manpower has contributed to this competition, leading many companies to strive to recruit and keep the best talents to build and maintain AI solutions. Tech giants have resorted to a strategy called reverse acquisitions to solve the problem of scarcity of skilled AI personnel. This strategy entails making partnership deals with AI startups instead of outrightly acquiring them. This is mutually beneficial to both the tech giants and the AI startups. Since AI startups have the requisite talent and skill sets but lack the funds to create deep learning models, giant tech firms give them financial backing. On the other hand, the tech giant acquires the technology and secures the talent behind the AI models to build and maintain its intelligent systems. This will help the tech giant remain at the forefront of the AGI race while avoiding regulatory sanctions. A perfect example is Microsoft's relationship with OpenAI. The alliance between OpenAI and Microsoft happened when the company was going through a rough patch. Microsoft took the non-voting board position after chaos ensued at OpenAI last year when the board unexpectedly dismissed its CEO Sam Altman, only to be reinstated a few days later. This attempted coup in the boardroom jeopardized OpenAI's valuation and, in turn, Microsoft's significant investment in the company. However, the antitrust scrutiny has made Microsoft bow out of the partnership. Does this mean they have something to hide? Speaking on Microsoft's position at OpenAI, Microsoft's Deputy General Counsel Keith Dolliver said in a letter that the position granted insights into the board's activities without undermining its independence. He noted that since the partnership started, they've witnessed significant progress from the established board and are confident in the company's direction. Despite the benefits of the partnership, he said Microsoft's board role was no longer deemed necessary. Regardless of this, OpenAI remains one of Microsoft's most valued partners. The partnership with Microsoft has been essential to OpenAI's achievements. The startup has depended on Microsoft for computing power and cloud storage, which is valued at billions of dollars. Microsoft's CEO Satya Nadella played a pivotal role during the upheaval in OpenAI's board in November 2023. Microsoft's investment in OpenAI has helped place the company in a leading position within the generative AI race. In April 2024, the company reported difficulties keeping up with the demand for its AI services, which have significantly boosted sales at its Azure cloud computing platform over the past 3 quarters. Microsoft doesn't possess a traditional equity share in the startup. Instead, it has rights to a portion of the profits from an OpenAI subsidiary up to a specified limit. OpenAI's website states that it remains a completely independent company governed by the OpenAI nonprofit. However, based on what we've seen so far, OpenAI doesn't seem to operate as an independent company. However, as the scrutiny intensified and Microsoft left, one would have expected OpenAI to appreciate this move and take full control of its decisions and innovations. But no, OpenAI became far from cool. OpenAI responded to Microsoft's letter by saying, "We appreciate Microsoft for expressing confidence in the board and the company's direction, and we anticipate continuing our successful partnership." This response makes it obvious that OpenAI is not ready to let go of its partnership with Microsoft and potential partners like Apple. Instead, the company is rolling out a new approach to communicate and involve key strategic partners, including Microsoft and Apple, along with investors like Thrive Capital and Khosla Ventures. OpenAI's updated strategy with Microsoft and Apple will feature regular meetings with stakeholders to provide updates on its mission and encourage closer collaboration on safety and security. But why would OpenAI come up with such a strategy? OpenAI made these adjustments to silence the antitrust scrutiny about Microsoft's agreement with the tech firm. Despite this, Microsoft has not returned to OpenAI's board. Although that does obstruct their partnership, Microsoft remains a major investor in OpenAI. However, Microsoft has lost the benefit of being the exclusive cloud provider for OpenAI. Although OpenAI still uses Azure, it now uses other cloud services too. This occurred when OpenAI requested more cloud capacity and Microsoft retained the right of first refusal. The change in the relationship between OpenAI and Microsoft is the aftermath of Donald Trump's announcement of the Stargate Project, a joint venture with OpenAI, Oracle, and SoftBank. Executives from these companies have pledged to invest an initial $100 billion and potentially up to $500 billion over the next 4 years into the project, which will establish a separate company. For the Stargate project, OpenAI is working with ARM, Microsoft, NVIDIA, and Oracle in establishing data center infrastructure. This could have been the best avenue for OpenAI and Microsoft to straighten up their relationship. OpenAI has named Oracle its main technology partner, so that plan is not moving forward. They are currently building data centers for the Stargate project, with the first ones being erected in Texas. Each facility will cover 500,000 square feet. Right now, 10 buildings are under construction, with plans to expand to 20 and add more sites beyond the initial location in Abilene. OpenAI's claim that Oracle is its key initial technology partner speaks volumes about the state of the relationship between the companies. In 2019, 3 years before the debut of ChatGPT, Microsoft invested $1 billion in OpenAI, which agreed to transition its services to Azure. As OpenAI's computational requirements grew, Microsoft entered into contracts with other cloud providers such as CoreWeave to support its Azure cloud infrastructure. Oracle came into the picture to give the Microsoft Azure AI platform a little boost. In other words, Oracle, OpenAI, and Microsoft teamed up to link Azure AI with Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. This means that Microsoft is now leaning on Oracle's cloud to handle some of OpenAI's workloads. However, it looks like Oracle is stealing the spotlight here. Despite Oracle's ascendance, Microsoft still keeps a hold on OpenAI's intellectual property, which is handy for features like Copilot. Plus, Microsoft holds the exclusive rights to manage computing requests for OpenAI's application programming interface. The partnership continues to exhibit signs of tension, with Microsoft designating OpenAI as a rival in July. Microsoft left OpenAI majorly because of the antitrust scrutiny, and Apple refused to take on a proposed position on OpenAI's board for the same reason. One of the antitrust regulatory board's objectives is to give smaller AI companies a competitive advantage by regulating partnerships between the top AI companies. With OpenAI partnering with Oracle and other top companies for the Stargate Project, isn't this going against the antitrust regulation? The impact of this departure on OpenAI is not yet obvious. However, it appears that their influence on OpenAI may not be reduced. What do you think? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. See you in the next video.